Hello, my name is Professor Carole Montgomery. I teach English in the Humanities Department, and I'm going to be reading a book entitled The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. It is about two sisters who run away from a traumatic childhood and decide to lead two very different lives. One is return to the town they left, and the other sister has decided to live her life as a white woman. So it's a book that deals with the issue of racial passing and also family and things like that. So the morning one of the lost twins returned to Mallard, Lou Lebon ran to the diner to break the news. And even now, many years later, everyone remembers the shock of sweaty Lou pushing through the glass doors, chest heaving, neckline darkened with his own effort. The barely awake customers clamored around him, 10 or so, although more would lie and say they'd been there too, if only to pretend that this once they witnessed something truly exciting. In that little farm town, nothing surprising ever happened, not since the Vine twins had disappeared. But that morning in April 1968, on his way to work, Lou spotted Desiree Vines walking along Partridge Road carrying a small leather suitcase. She looked exactly the same as when she left at 16. Still light, her skin the color of sand, barely wet, her hipless body reminding him of a branch caught in a strong breeze. She was hurrying, her head bent, and Lou pauses here. A bit of a showman, she was holding the hand of a girl, 7 or 8, and black as tar. Blue black, he said, like she'd flown direct from Africa. Lou's egg house splintered into a dozen different conversations. The line cook wondered if it had been Desiree after all, since Lou was turning 60 in May and still too vain to wear his eyeglasses. The waitress said that it had to be. Even a blind man could spot a Vines girl, and it certainly couldn't have been the other one. The diners, abandoning grits and eggs on the counter, didn't care about the Vine foolishness. Who on earth was the dark child? Could she possibly be Desiree's? Well, who else could it be? Lou said. He grabbed a handful of napkins from the dispenser, dabbing his damp forehead. Maybe it's an orphan that got took in. I just don't see how nothing that black could have come out of Desiree. Desiree seemed like the type to take in no orphan to you. Of course she didn't. She was a selfish girl. If they remembered anything about Desiree, it was that, and most didn't recall much more. The twins had been gone 14 years, nearly as long as anyone had ever known them. Vanished from bed after the Founders' Day dance while their mother slept right down the hall. One morning, the twins crowded in front of their bathroom mirror, 4 identical girls fussing with their hair. The next, the bed was empty, the covers pulled back like any other day, taut when Stella made it, crumpled when Desiree did. The town spent all morning searching for them, calling their names through the woods, wondering stupidly if they had been taken. Their disappearance seemed as sudden as the rapture. All of Mallard, the sinners left behind. Naturally, the truth was neither sinister nor mystical. The twins soon surfaced in New Orleans, selfish girls running from responsibility. They wouldn't stay away long. City living would tire them out. They'd run out of money and gall and come snuffling back to their mother's porch. But they never returned again. Instead, after a year, the twins scattered, their lives splitting as evenly as their shared egg. Stella became white, and Desiree married the darkest man she could find. Now she was back, Lord knows why. Homesick, maybe. Missing her mother after all those years of wanting to flaunt that dark daughter of hers. In Mallard, nobody married dark. Nobody left either. But Desiree had already done that. Marrying a dark man and dragging her blue-black child all over town was one step too far. In Lou's egg house, the crowd dissolved, the line cook snapping on his hairnet, the waitress counting nickels on the table, men in coveralls gulping coffee behind before heading out to the refinery. Lou leaned against the smudged window, staring out at the road. He ought to call Adele Vines. Didn't seem right for her to be ambushed by her own daughter. Not after everything she'd already been through. Now Desiree and that dark child, Lord, he reached for the phone. You think they fixing to stay? The line cook asked. Who knows? She sure seemed in a hurry though, Lou said. Wonder what she hurrying into. Looked right past me, didn't wave or nothing. Uppity. And what reason she got to be uppity? Lord, Lucy, I never seen a child that black before.